All right, good afternoon, everybody. We've made it to the end of the semester. As you know, today we are going to be doing our post-test, which is actually the same test that you took at the beginning of the semester last year. I wanted to do this video to just explain the instructions and also to read the listening passage that you're going to be needing for part number 1. That will be at the end of the video. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to be sending you 2 documents. These are the 2 documents on Remind. The first document, which is this document to the left, is the answer sheet. And here is where you're going to be answering the questions. Okay? This other document to the right is the actual test. You don't have to write anything on it. So in order to answer the exam, you have several options. If you have the ability to print, I guess you could print it out and just answer it and take a picture or scan it. If you don't have a printer though, it would be okay for you to just answer it directly on this document. If you have a program like Adobe Reader, it would let you do it. You would just go to Tools and then fill and sign, and then fill and sign here, and then it would let you answer. You see, it would let you fill up the answers. However, if you don't have that program, it's also perfectly okay for you to just take a piece of paper and write your name on it, and then just write part 1 and the numbers 1 through 7 with the letter that is the correct answer, that you think is the correct answer. For these sections, you would write the number and then your paragraphs, and so on and so forth. Okay, so it would be perfectly acceptable for you to also just write the part, the number, and answer on a piece of paper, and you do not have to print this out. Part 2, which is the speaking standard, we're not going to be doing. We're going to be skipping this part. It's 2 points because it would be very challenging for us to complete those interviews the way that we're doing class right now. So what we're going to do is just skip part 2, okay? So part 1, there will be a listening passage that I'm going to read a little later on in this video. Answer all 7 questions with that passage. Part 2, you will skip. Part 3, you will have to read and then answer these questions. Some of them are multiple choice. Some of them are written responses. Please read the instructions and make sure that you do everything that the instructions say. Okay, try to answer in a few sentences, not just like one sentence. Okay, there is a rubric for these short answer reading comprehension exercises, so this gives you an idea of what I'm expecting to see. Part 4 is the writing standard. You're going to be answering these questions about writing, and then you're actually going to write. Again, read the instructions. Make sure that you follow through with what is being requested. As you can see here, it says at least 3 paragraphs, so just follow those instructions. And then the last part is the language standard. This whole section is multiple choice, so just you just need to select the option that you think is the correct answer. Okay? With all of that said, like I said, I will be providing the test with all of the questions and all of the readings, and the only thing left to do now is to read the listening passage that you're going to be needing to answer questions 1 through 7, which are on pages 2 and 3. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. I'm only going to be reading it once because, of course, this is the video. You can pause it. You can just listen to it as many times as you need to. So I'm only going to be reading it one time. Okay? All right, here we go. Mohammed. Thanks for the phone call yesterday. It was good to talk with you. You asked me if something was wrong, and I said no. But you were right, older brother. Something is troubling me greatly. After talking to you yesterday, I decided to write a letter. Writing often helps me organize my thoughts and see the life more clearly. I accidentally discovered that my company is dumping a chemical into a river near one of its factories in the countryside. At first, I wasn't concerned about this. I knew that the owners of the company were fine men and would not do anything illegal. But then I read a story in the newspaper about factories illegally dumping chemicals into rivers and how many of these chemicals are harmful. One chemical is very dangerous to humans because over time it can cause cancer. And this is the same chemical that my own company is dumping into that river. I was puzzled at first, so I checked carefully and found out that I was right. The company has been dumping this deadly chemical for about 18 months, and the owners know about it. Well, Mohammed, I am confused and upset. Of course, I could tell my boss, but then he might tell the owners and they would fire me, the troublemaker. Should I talk to the officials of the government? The owners are powerful men and might bribe the officials, and then I would lose my job. Perhaps I could talk to the journalist who wrote the story in the newspaper. As you know, I plan to retire in 4 more years. I am too old to quit and find a new job. Besides, I like my work. Well, I used to like my work. Now I am feeling very strange. It is getting difficult to continue my work as if nothing were wrong. Please help me, older brother. I don't know what to do. Yours, Arafat. Okay, so that was the listening passage that you are going to be needing to answer questions 1 through 7. As I said, again, I'm going to provide both of these documents, and you only have to send me your answers. You don't have to write the questions. If you have any doubts during the process, I will be there on Remind to answer any questions that come up until 3 p.m. It's so important that you send me the completed test by 3 p.m. because I do need to grade these and provide them to the director, okay? So make sure that you do this in a timely manner, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. All right, everybody. Well, best of luck.